الحمد لله وكفى والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال لا تخافا إنني معكما أسمع وأرى فأتياه فقولا إنا رسول ربك فأرسل معنا بني إسرائيل ولا تعذبهم قد جئناك بآية من ربك والسلام على من اتبع الهدى. صدق الله العظيم. We were discussing the incident of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, and we had come to the point where we mentioned that Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was now blessed with nubuwwat. After being blessed with nubuwwat, Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he came out and he came to his wife Hazrat Safura. When he came to her, he found that the hurs of Jannat Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala sent into this world, and the hurs, they were taking care of Hazrat Safura. So this is the ghaibi or the unseen help of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala took care of his wife. Today in the world we find to a great extent there is a great deficiency in our yaqeen, in our conviction in the promises of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Really, if we have yaqeen, we have conviction in the promises of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, all our needs will be fulfilled, because we know that the help of Allah Ta'ala is going to come. It's not just going to come overnight also, to such an extent that am hasibtum an tadkhulul jannah. You think you're just going to enter into Jannah. وَلَمَّا يَأْتِكُمْ مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. And the example, the likes of what the people of the past had to experience hasn't come to you. مَسَّتْهُمُ الْبَأْسَاءُ وَالضَّرَّاءُ وَزُلْزِلُوا حَتَّى يَقُولَ الرَّسُولُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ مَتَى نَصْرُ اللَّهِ. That such difficulty, adversities had afflicted them, that the Rasul and those that brought Iman with the Rasul, they would also say, when is the help of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala going to come? So sometimes a person is tested. It's not easy at that time, but if a person perseveres, then inshallah at the end Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will open the way for a person. One lady, she had a message last week after the ladies program, and she mentioned that her husband, he was ill in the month of Ramadan. So they had taken him to hospital. So when they were in hospital, whether the doctors suggested or whatever the case may be, that he must be taken away home. So they brought him away home. It was the Mubarak month of Ramadan, and he passed away. Allah Ta'ala blessed him more in the month of Ramadan. And what a Mubarak month also. A month of Ramadan, when a person passes away, then there is no hisab kitab in the qabr. Or a person passes away on the day of Jummah, then also there is no reckoning on the qabr, in the qabr. So here the ulama have mentioned, some of the opinion, if you pass away on the day of Jummah, on that day there is no hisab kitab, no questioning in the qabr. But on the next day now, your questioning is going to start. And others have said, no questioning at all in the qabr. And they say when there's no questioning in the qabr, then there's great hope that on the day of Qiyamah also for this person, there'll be no questioning. And Allah Ta'ala will enter a person into Jannah. So a Mubarak maut, Allah Ta'ala blessed him with maut in the Mubarak month of Ramadan. There were those buzruks of ours, pious people, what they used to say when they became ill, they said, whatever happens to me, don't take me to the hospital. Why? Because when you're going to go to the hospital, it's totally permissible. We don't say it's not permissible, totally permissible. That a person, he goes and he seeks his shifa, his treatment in the hospital, 100% in order. It is sunnah for a person to take treatment, and if a person doesn't take treatment and he passes away, there's no guna also upon a person. But there were those buzruks that said that don't take us to the hospital. Why? Because there's nurses there in the hospital. There are females there in the hospital. Ghair maharim that are there in the hospital. So for that reason they said don't take us in the hospital, let us pass away at home. So this lady now, she's in doubt. And what she is saying, that if I never brought my husband home, then perhaps he would have received some treatment and my husband would still have been with us. See, so after that we explained to her a few things about yaqeen, conviction in Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. She said, see, all this, I'm a apa also, and we teach also. She said, all this we know, we are aware of all this. But really, herself she's saying there's a shortage of yaqeen and conviction in Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And then she says that I have a son. Now I got another worry. My husband is gone. Now my son is not working. I got a daughter that is at home. I said, turn to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and hand the matter over to Allah Ta'ala. When we hand it over to Allah, Allah Ta'ala will take care of all our matters. We can't take care of our own self. Where can we look after somebody else? Allah Ta'ala is taking care of everyone. So nevertheless, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, when his trust was on Allah, he went to speak to Allah Ta'ala. On this side, Allah Ta'ala sent the hurs of Jannah that you go and take care of the wife of Musa alayhi salam. Now he came back with that nubuwwat. Now he tells his wife, he said, Allah has blessed me with nubuwwat. I have been appointed as a Nabi of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has instructed me that I must now go to Fir'aun and I must give da'wah to Fir'aun. The wife of Musa alayhi salam, she's out there in the jungle, and happily she consents. She says, no problem, you go and you give your da'wah to Fir'aun. After all, she was a daughter of Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam. So voluntarily, happily, she consented to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam to go. Because she had seen the miraculous decree of Allah that when Musa alayhi salam left her alone there, and he had gone to the Mount of Tur, when he had gone to the Mount of Sinai, at that time, how Allah Ta'ala took care of her. So if Musa alayhi salam goes now, will Allah not take care of her? Allah is sufficient. Alayhi sallahu bikafin abda. Is Allah not sufficient for His servant? Allah is sufficient for every one of us. Our yaqeen has to be there on Allah Ta'ala. Allah give me the tawfiq, easy to talk all these big things. But really when we are tested at that time, the true colors reflect. Then the reality comes out. Whether we really have that yaqeen in Allah Ta'ala or we don't have that yaqeen in Allah. And then the most important, what she told Musa alayhi salam, she told Musa alayhi salatu wasalam that the command of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala deserves utmost importance. Look at that what she said. The command of Allah Ta'ala to go and give da'wah to Fir'aun, this is what deserves utmost importance. Hasten, go from here now, go and give da'wah to Fir'aun. This is the job Allah Ta'ala has given you. It is mentioned, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam says, I hand you over to Allah. He handed her over to Allah. We can't take care of our children. Today we worry where this child is, where that child is, what wrong company, where a child can get involved. Hand them over to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Allah, hand them over. Yes, we have to do our job also. Not that now we have resolved, we mustn't worry about them at all. That's not the meaning of it. Meaning, do what is within our ability. But say, Allah, I'm handing my children over to you, Allah. You take care of my children. There were those Buzruks, they had no time because they were always out in teaching. They were out in the path of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, having the majalis, they talks, etc. But the dua that they used to make, رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. They say the barakat of this dua, Allah Ta'ala took care of all those children of theirs. They couldn't be there for their children, but Allah Ta'ala took care of their children, and their children grew up in the correct way also. So nevertheless, now Musa alayhi salatu wasalam left. Now look at the qudrat of Allah again, the unseen help of Allah. Musa alayhi salam is going to Egypt. On the other side, there is a caravan that is going to Madian. And they are passing by the area where the wife of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam is. This caravan comes here. When the caravan comes here, they see, oh, the daughter of Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam is here. They took her, they put her into the caravan. They say, you come with us to Madian, we're going to Madian. They took her to Madian, they handed her over to the Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam. So Allah Ta'ala took care of Musa alayhi salam's wife. She went back to her father. On the other side, Musa alayhi salam is hastening now. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam is going where? He is going to Egypt. When he reaches Egypt in the late hours of the night, now he goes to his house and he knocks on the door. His mother was very old at that time, 18 years separation. He had gone to Madian for 18 years. After 18 years, he returns home. So the mother asks, who is it at the door? Musa alayhi salam says, that is a musafir, a traveler, a wayfarer that is traveling here. So she opens the door, she calls him inside. When she calls him inside, the first thing that the mother of Musa alayhi salam does, old age, and in the late part of the night, she starts preparing food. And she puts food on the table for Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Not knowing at all that this is my son Musa that is here. But food is put on the table for Musa alayhi salam. What mehman nawazi. Allah give us those qualities again. Really, these qualities are lost in the ummah. That in the late hours of the night, she prepared the food. One alim from the United States, he came to South Africa. So when he was in South Africa, his stay was very, very short here in South Africa. So it was 11 o'clock at night. Many years ago I'm talking about. It was 11 o'clock at night. So he tells his brother that a certain uncle, let us go and visit that uncle. So 11 o'clock at night, they went to that uncle and they visited the uncle. The uncle got so happy 11 o'clock at night. What will say? Can't think that we're sleeping now. Tomorrow morning come and visit. Why are you coming this part of the night? The uncle took out ice cream and fruit and whatever he could take out, whatever was available, he fed that alim. That alim for the rest of his life, he never forgot this. He always spoke that 11 o'clock at night I went to the man's house and whatever he could take out and put in front of me, he took it and he put it in front of me and he made my mehman nawazi. So the mother of Musa alayhi salam prepared food. Now the food is put down. Musa alayhi salam starts eating. While she is eating, Hazrat Harun alayhi salam, the elder brother of Musa alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salam, he enters. She asks his mother, who's this person that is eating in our home? So the mother said that this is a traveler, Musafir, that was traveling by. So he is going to be our guest tonight. Harun alayhi salatu wasalam tells him, not knowing this is Musa alayhi salam, he tells him, he said that don't worry, this is your house. That's how our elderly people used to speak. They say, you don't worry, this is your house. You stay over here, make yourself comfortable, you relax in the house. There's no need for you to worry. So Musa alayhi salam continues eating. But Harun alayhi salatu wasalam, again and again, he's turning and he's staring at Musa alayhi salam. He's looking at Musa, the connection was there. But long time now, and perhaps now he had grown much more older also, after 18 years. But he's looking at Musa alayhi salam, looking at Musa alayhi salam. So after some time, Musa alayhi salam turned to him and he said, what are you staring and looking at? Again and again you're looking at me. I'm your brother Musa. Oh, when they said that I'm your brother Musa, the sister of Musa alayhi salam, the mother of Musa alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salatu wasalam, all of them started crying tears of enjoyment and joy that Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala brought Musa alayhi salatu wasalam back to the house. It is mentioned Musa alayhi salam, when things had calmed down a little bit, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam told him, he said, I went to the Mount of Sinai. Allah Ta'ala blessed me with nubuwwat over there. And O Harun, Allah Ta'ala has blessed you with nubuwwat. They say it was like Eid. When we celebrate Eid, how there's happiness, especially the children, what a day of happiness for them. They say it was like Eid in the house of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. But look at again, remember what the wife of Musa alayhi salam told him? You go and fulfill the command of Allah. This is most important. Here Musa alayhi salam tells Harun alayhi salam, he said that, oh my brother, Allah blessed you with nubuwwat. There's no more time for you to stay in your house. Get up and let us go. We need to guide, you need to guide people towards righteousness. This is the responsibility that you have upon you now. So he gets up. Now where they need to go? They need to go down to the palace of Fir'aun. So the two of them, they proceed. They come to the palace of Fir'aun. When they come to the palace of Fir'aun, now Harun alayhi salatu wasalam is telling Musa alayhi salam, he's telling him that after you departed and you had gone to Madian, he says Fir'aun has become much more cruel than what he was. He punishes people much more than what he used to do. If anyone has to annoy Fir'aun, he will cut their hands and he will cut their feet immediately without any hesitation. Now this put a little bit of natural fear. Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, tabi'i khawf, natural fear, they also go through natural fear. This is not against the shan of nubuwwat. This is not against being a nabi of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, that they also go through fear. They are human beings at the end of the day. So natural fear, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam also experienced. Now they are not proceeding forward. They are not going to Fir'aun because of this fear that Musa alayhi salatu wasalam has. Jibreel alayhi salam comes down. And Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam tells Musa alayhi salam, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala sends salam to you. And he said, قَالَ لَا تَخَافَ, that there's no need for the two of you to fear. Why are you fearing? لَا تَخَافَ إِنَّنِي مَعَكُمَ, I'm with the two of you. أَسْمَعُ وَأَرَى, I'm listening also, I can see also. فَأْتِيَاهُ فَقُولَا إِنَّا رَسُولَ رَبِّكَ, the two of you now go to Fir'aun and say, we are the messengers of your Rabb. فَأَرْسِلْ مَعَنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيل, send the Bani Israel with us. When he was blessed with nubuwwat, Musa alayhi salam, Allah Ta'ala told him, go and free the Bani Israel. So yeah, go and tell them, فَأَرْسِلْ مَعَنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيل, send the Bani Israel with us. وَلَا تُعَذِّبُهُمْ, don't torture them. You tortured them enough. Don't torture them any longer. قَدْ جِئْنَاكَ بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكَ, we have come to you with clear signs of your Rabb. وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَى مَنِ اتَّبَعَ الْهُدَى, and peace be upon that person that follows hidayat and follows guidance. When these verses now came down, when these instructions came down from with Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, it is mentioned without any hesitation, without any fear. Imagine Quran or the instructions of Allah Ta'ala. That was not the time of Quran, but the instruction of Allah Ta'ala had such an effect on Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam. Without fear, they entered into the palace of Fir'aun. There was a session that was going on. Fir'aun and his ministers, they were having their session, but they walked in. Musa alayhi salam, at the top of his voice, he called out and he said, I am a nabi of Allah wa ta'ala, and this is my message. He gave him full dawat in his palace. He gave him dawat, and then he said, oh Fir'aun, that beware, if you reject this dawat that is been given to you, the wrath of Allah wa ta'ala will engulf you, it will descend upon you. It is mentioned when he said this, Fir'aun also, now he was shocked. He was surprised that who is this man that just came into my palace like this and is talking to me like this also with authority. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam spoke. It is mentioned he started scrutinizing now. He started scrutinizing Musa alayhi salam. He started looking at him. When he looked at him, he realized this is Musa alayhi salam. He said, you are the same person that you grew up in my palace. You ate my food for 30 years, you ate my food. And after 30 years, in gratitude, you went and killed one of my guards. The person that was the chef, if you remember, the chef. he was the one that used to trouble the Bani Israel when they used to come with the firewood. He said, you killed one of my guards, and then due to fear of execution, you left Misr and you ran away from Misr. After 18 years, you are coming back here now in a new guise, in a new form altogether. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam also, he responded, openly he responded. He said, I had no intention of killing that Qibti person, I had no intention to kill him. I only punched that person. When I punched him, it so happened that he passed away. I made tawbah to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, and Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala forgave me. Thereafter, I left Egypt and I went away to Madian. In Madian, Allah showered His bounties, Allah showered His favors upon me whilst I was in Madian. So many ni'mas of Allah. We mentioned last week when he left Madian, thousands of goats. Allah Ta'ala blessed Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. He said, Allah showered His ni'mas, Allah showered His bounties upon me whilst I was in Madian. When I was returning to Madian, I came to the Mount of Sinai. When I came to the Mount of Sinai, Allah gave me nubuwwat here in the Mount of Sinai. And then Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala instructed me to come to you and to give you this da'wah and instruct you that you flee the Bani Israel. So it is mentioned when he spoke, when he said all this to Fir'aun. So Fir'aun asked Musa alayhi salatu wasalam that who is your Rabb? قَالَ فَمَنْ رَبُّكُمَا يَا Musa. That who is the Rabb of the two of you and Harun alayhi salam? Who is your Rabb, O Musa? So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said, رَبُّنَا الَّذِي أَعْطَى كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلْقَهُ ثُمَّ هَدَى. That our Rabb is that being that gave everyone his creation, his form. Allah gave a snake a different form. Allah gave a donkey a different form. Allah gave a horse a different form. Allah gave a bird a different form. Allah gave the fish a different form. Allah gave the human being, everyone has his own form. ثُمَّ هَدَى. Hada here means, doesn't mean Allah gave him hidayah. Here it means everyone got its own job also to do. The snake also has a job to do. Every creation of Allah has got a job to do. They say that the crocodile when it eats, obviously it eats big chunks of meat. And after it eats the chunks of meat, now the meat is stuck between the teeth of the crocodile. And the crocodile, many a times the mouth is open of the crocodile. Allah Ta'ala has appointed a bird. The bird comes and it cleans the teeth. We need toothpick to clean our teeth. A floss you're using. But for the crocodile, the bird comes and whatever meat is stuck in between the teeth, it cleans the mouth of the crocodile. What is the system of Allah? رَبُّنَا الَّذِي أَعْطَى كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلْقَهُ ثُمَّ هَدَى. So Fir'aun asked Musa alayhi salam, tell me something. If I bring iman upon you, if I have to bring iman upon you, then what is the promise of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala? What am I going to get in return? He wanted some benefit now for bringing iman upon Allah. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said that the first benefit you will get, Allah will grant you perpetual youth. You will remain a young man. And today everyone wants to remain young. Nobody wants to become old. So he said perpetual youth. Allah will keep you a young man. The second benefit Allah will give you sovereignty over the world. You will have kingdom. You will have rule over the world. Allah will give you. You bring iman and you will have that also. And the third thing, Allah will extend your life by 100 more years. 100 years more life Allah Ta'ala will give you. It is mentioned, Fir'aun was so tempted. He was so tempted. He told Musa and Harun alayhi salam, he said, go home. But come back tomorrow. I will make mashwara. See, he also made mashwara. He didn't just make a decision. He made mashwara. He said that I will consult with my advisors and I will come back to you. So it is mentioned, Musa and Harun alayhi salam, they went away. Now he started his mashwara with his ministers, with his advisors, and he told them that this is the situation. So Haman was always against Musa alayhi salam. He is the one that said, kill the sister of Musa alayhi salam also. He said, kill Musa alayhi salam also. Now Haman, he spoke up. And he said, oh Fir'aun, are you going to become the victim of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam once more? He says that how can you believe Musa alayhi salam and listen to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam? So the next day Musa alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salam, they came back to Fir'aun. When they came back to Fir'aun, so Fir'aun asked them, he said that tell me, that how do I know, is there any proof that you are a Nabi of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala? He asked Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said, yes, we have brought a miracle and come also. So what he did, he had the asa in his hand. So he takes that asa and he throws it on the ground. It is mentioned when it turned into a serpent, the bottom jaw of the serpent was on the ground. And the top jaw of the serpent, it was on the roof. Can we imagine? They say in the palace of Fir'aun, everyone just started running like crazy. Everyone. This serpent would have eaten the palace of Fir'aun, the throne of Fir'aun, all the people that were there. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that hundreds of people, they passed away in a stampede in the palace of Fir'aun because of the fear of the serpent. When Fir'aun, he saw that his life is in danger, he called out to Musa. He said, "Oh Musa," he called out to Musa alayhi salam, he said, "Oh Musa, that I ask you in the name of that Rabb who has appointed you as a Nabi, that please protect us from destruction. I will free the Bani Israel. I'll send the Bani Israel with you, and I will bring Iman upon you as well." It is mentioned Musa alayhi salam just picked up that serpent. Musa alayhi salam just picked it up. It came back to its original form. Once again, it was a staff, a stick once again. So he told Musa alayhi salam that, "Oh Musa, that this was something that was really, really fearful." Imagine seeing a snake. We see a little snake in the yard. We run for our life from there. Imagine seeing a snake like this. The jaw, one jaw is on the ground, the other jaw is on the roof, and it's moving also. So it is mentioned that he said, "Show us some beautiful miracle also. Don't show us a miracle like this, some beautiful miracle." Musa alayhi salam took his hand and he put his hand under his arm. He took it out and the hand was now shining. So now Fir'aun tells his ministers, he tells his advisors, he said, "Is there any reason now to reject Musa alayhi salam? Now is the time that we bring Iman upon Musa alayhi salam." He was tempted to bring Iman at this point. He said, "Let us bring Iman." Haman, every time they say, "Put the spanners in the work." So he put the spanners in the work again. He told he told Fir'aun, he said, "Oh Fir'aun, that don't you know this man went away for 18 years? He's coming back after 18 years. In the 18 years that he was away from us, in this 18 years he learned jadoo, he learned magic, and he came back with this magic. You want our mashwara?" He said, "Wait, what you do, let's do this first. Let us gather all the sorcerers, let us gather all the magicians of Egypt. Let us gather all of them, let us bring them together and tell them to confront Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. After confronting Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, then you come back to us, then we will make mashwara, and then I will give you the answer. We will give you our mashwara in regards to bringing Iman upon Musa alayhi salatu wasalam." And it's mentioned that Musa alayhi salam, that they went around now summoning all the sorcerers, all the magicians to come to the palace of Fir'aun. So they went to one area that was called Sa'idiyah. In this area, Sa'idiyah, there were two expert magicians that were here. These were real experts. So they had heard about Musa alayhi salam, they heard about the asa of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. So they came now to these two experts. So they told him that you are summoned to the court of Fir'aun, that you have to confront Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. So they had heard about the asa, that it would turn into a serpent, etc. So they were apprehensive. But their mother was even a greater expert than what they were in the field of magic and sorcery. She was a greater expert. So she was very old at that time. So they went to her and to make mashwara, that what should we do? So they said, "Come, let's go to the qabr of our father." So now all of them together, they went, they told the mother, "Come." The elderly woman, they took her to the qabr of the father. When they went to the qabr, and the mother, she now utilized some of that magic of hers to now make the deceased person speak. Allah Ta'ala knows how this works, but this is something beyond our knowledge. We don't know about all these things. But it is mentioned that she got the deceased person to speak. So when the deceased person spoke, then the brothers, they presented their niyat, that what their intention was, to go and confront Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. So the deceased, their father that was in a qabr, the voice came from there, "Don't even think of confronting Musa alayhi salam and trying to combat Musa alayhi salam. This is no magic whatsoever. This is a Nabi of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Don't even try Musa alayhi salatu wasalam." Inshallah, we'll continue from here. It's a lengthy incident. Allah give us all tawfiq. Inshallah. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم. فاذكروني أذكركم أنا جليس من ذكرني दिल मेरा हो जाए मैदान तू ही तू हो तू ही तू हो तू ही तू हो और मेरे तन में बजाए आग वगिल दर्द दिल हो दर्द दिल हो दर्द दिल गैर से बिल्कुल यूत जाए नगर तू ही तो आए नगर देखो जिद ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इलाही दिल में मेरे गैर का असर न रहे, सिवाय तेरे किसी पर मेरी नजर न रहे। तो कर में खबर सारी खबरों से मुझको, इलाही रहूं एक खबरदार तेरा। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। कोई मुझसे पूछे मैं क्या मांगता हूँ, मैं अपने खुदा से खुदा मांगता हूँ। वो हो जाए मेरा मैं हो जाऊँ उसका, यही रात दिन में दुआ मांगता हूँ। अता कर दे वो मुझको अपनी मोहब्बत, मैं उसके सिवा कुछ और नहीं मांगता हूँ। नाराज़गी जिसकी दोज़ख से भरकर, उसी ज़ात की मसरदा मांगता हूँ। असल मुझे दुनिया की ख्वाहिश नहीं, मैं बख्शिश मरोज़े जज़ा मांगता हूँ। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है। अल्लाह जल्ल जलालुहु ताला शअनुहु, अल्लाह 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 हीचे शिरीन است نام، شیر و شکر می شود جانم تمام. الله 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 الله. كل من عليها فان، ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. الله 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 اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله ولك الملك كله وإليك يرجع الأمر كله. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد كلما ذكره الذاكرون وكلما غفل عن ذكره الغافلون. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وارض عنا وتقبل منا وادخلنا الجنة ونجنا من النار. اصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين. اللهم توفنا مسلمين والحقنا بالصالحين غير خزايا ولا مفتونين. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. جزا الله عنا محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم بالله وأهله. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين.